Hello, hello, hello. How you doing, YouTube family? Thank you once again for being here. I truly appreciate your time and your subscription to this channel. From the bottom of my heart, I honestly appreciate you uh, being here and subscribing to the channel. So please continue to check our website for any for updates. We currently are running promotions for you to subscribe, for you to be able to get into one of the sessions that we're providing. Also, don't forget to check our Facebook channel and to follow us on Instagram. We are posting daily motivational thoughts and just making sure that we are helping you in anything that we can. Remember, this is Jim, your Christian life coach, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to work for you. I'm not here to criticize or judge you at all. I'm here just to allow you to have a companionship to work and walk the walk. So that is my ministry. It has been for the past 12 plus years. And that's what I want. I want to be able to assist you to engage in healthier relationship with you, with God, and with others. And it's hard. It's very hard at times because we think that we have a healthy relationship until we actually realize that we don't. So it's one of those things that we have to constantly work on, and it's a work in progress, right? Everyone, including myself, we are all working in progress, or at least we should be making steps to move forward to a better version of ourselves. That is the main objective here. That's the main goal, and obviously to grow personally, professionally, spiritually, in all possible ways. That is my main objective here. And I just want to let you know that you're not alone, that you are here, that I'm here with you. And the main source is with you at all times, and that is God. He has never abandoned you. He will not, and he's been there, and he continues to be there for you. So bear that in mind as we move forward. And it's very hard sometimes, because especially nowadays with so much negativity around us, with so much darkness around us, for lack of better words, it's very hard. It's very hard for us to remain positive, to remain optimistic sometimes through life, or with our vision of what life is. So it's very hard and difficult, and I'm not taking that lightly. I totally understand. But that's what I'm here for today. And it's going to be a brief video, and I want to challenge you to start changing the way you see life, to start changing your perspective of life, to have a more positive vision, a more optimistic perspective of your life. And that's hard because by nature we are wired to see the negativity in things, to see the bad things, to concentrate in the negative aspect of life, to concentrate in the negative situations. And we do that because we have been trained to do that by our upbringing, by society, by television, by our communities, by our network. So it's very hard sometimes to change that perspective, to change that thought, to change and start looking at things in a more positive outward, in a more positive way, in a more optimistic way. So I challenge you today to start looking into things, and start not only into things, but to start looking into your thought process. So start thinking about the thoughts you're having, and to start concentrating more on the positive outcome of things. So start looking at the positive of in every situation. There's always something positive. As bad and as negative as things can be, you can always find something positive in that situation, and grab that situation and grasp the situation and grow from there, go from there. I'm not saying it's easy. It's a habit. We have been, again, doing this for years. We've been being negative. We've been negative for years. So it's not something easy to change. But I challenge you today to start thinking about your thought process and start questioning, why am I thinking so negative about X situation? Why am I thinking so negative about X person? Why am I being so negative about X outcome? Why am I predicting a negativity outcome on X situation, and so forth and so on? And you're going to find yourself that you are always thinking negatively about a situation, or negative about a person. Why is that, right? Because it has become a habit of ours to do that by nature. We have been trained to do that. And I challenge you today to start untraining yourself, to start challenging yourself, to start looking into a more positive outcome of life, to have a positive vision of life and situation overall, regardless of what goes on around us. We can't control what goes on around us, right? But I can control my thought process. I can control my speech. I can control my actions. And we talked about that last session, or last time in a previous video, where we cannot continue to be unhappy or disappointed on things that we cannot control. but to remain happy and positive about the things that we can control and be the best at controlling those things, right? Like your behavior, your actions, your thoughts. So that being said, I challenge you today to start thinking positive thoughts. I challenge you today to start being optimistic about life, to start being happy about situations, to start engaging in positive thoughts, and start training your mind to think positively so positive outcomes can come your way. And our mind is so powerful. I think I've said this before, right? So the more negative we think about something, the more negativity we're going to attract. The more negative we think about a situation, the more negative the situation will be, right? Because that's what we're thinking, that's what we're feeding, right? So we have to be very careful on what we think. And most of us do not think about our thinking process. Sometimes we just think, but we are capable of thinking, and we are capable of controlling our thoughts. We just never done it. But if you start thinking about your thoughts, you'll find yourself controlling and actually thinking what you're thinking. And it's hard. It's hard to think that way sometimes, but we have to, right? We have to try new things in order for us to engage in better relationship with ourselves, with God, and with others. We have to try something different. We have to start engaging in positive outcome. We have to start engaging in having the positive thought so that can manifest into a positive action, and that can manifest into positive behavior or positive habits, right? We do habits, and it's hard to break those habits at times. So by habit, we might be negative, but we can change that by starting to think positively, by starting to see things in a positive aspect, by starting to see the light in darkness. So I challenge you today to start thinking about that. There are things that we cannot change. And I challenge you to give those things to God. He is the only one who can handle those things. Give it to him in prayers, and you'll see how he turns those around. But those things that you can control, start thinking positive about those things. Start having a positive vision. Start changing your perspective in a positive way, so that can manifest in a positive action, and that in hence can be a positive attitude, a positive habit that you can start continue to operate that way. And it's not simple, right? So I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but the earlier we start practicing, the more we do it, the better we'll get at it. And it's hard. But I want to challenge you to trust in God, to trust in yourself, and to start thinking about your thoughts, and start for every bad thought or negative thought that comes into your mind, change it and replace it with 3 positive thoughts, right? So you can start changing and thinking about the way you see things, about the perspective you have of life, about the vision you have of your own life, regardless of what goes around. So once again, I want to challenge you today with that thoughts. And if you haven't thought about that, well, maybe now is the time to think about it. Why am I so negative? Why am I always having negative outcomes? Hey, perhaps let's start changing that and start thinking positive. Let's start thinking in a positive way. Let's start having a positive vision, a positive perspective about life, and you'll see how things change. So just think about it. I know it's something that we don't think about much, but I want you to start paying attention to your thoughts, start paying attention to your words, start paying attention to your actions. If you notice that you're too negative, start changing that into a positive aspect. Start changing that into becoming more positive with your thoughts, with your actions, with your speech. Speak life into your life. Speak positive things. Compliment yourself. Compliment others. Be positive in the outcome. Pray about positivity. So I want to challenge you to start acting that way, behaving that way, and perceiving your thoughts, and be more mindful about what you're thinking. So start thinking about your thoughts, and you're going to realize how, and you're going to question yourself, why am I thinking so negative, right? And start changing that. Start being more optimistic. So I challenge you today to start having a more optimistic perception of life. Perceive life in a more optimistic way. Believe me, that will go a long way in having positive outcomes and having positive ways to deal with life. So once again, thank you for being here. I thank you for just tuning in. I thank you for subscribing. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. Continue to check out our website. Continue to follow us on Facebook and on our Instagram page as well. Thank you once again. This is Jim, your Christian life coach, and I encourage you and challenge you today to start thinking positive about the outcome of your life, about the outcome of your actions. But most importantly, start thinking positive about your thoughts. Start engaging in positive thinking. Start engaging in having an optimistic perspective of life. Thank you once again for watching. Continue to smile. think about it, put it into practice. Remember, God loves you.